This training video has been made for field researchers of Collective for Social Science Research who are undertaking research under LANSA. LANSA is an international consortium funded by DFID working for agriculture-sensitive nutrition in South Asia. Collective is undertaking a research on women's work in agriculture in Sindh. This training video is meant to serve as a guide for field researchers in measuring anthropometric indicators, including mother and child weight and height. Before beginning the process, please sanitize your hands. Baby length is measured using a Sika 416 infantometer. To avoid causing discomfort, cover the board with a thin cloth or soft paper. The measurer stands on the side so as to hold down the baby's legs with one hand and move the footboard with the other hand. The positioner stands at the headboard to help position the child's head. The positioner holds the child's head so that the top of the head touches the fixed headboard. To keep the child's head in the correct position, she gently cups her hand over the child's ears. The head is positioned so that a vertical line from the ear canal to the lower border of the eye socket is perpendicular to the horizontal board. This position is known as the Frankfurt vertical plane. The measurer positions the child flat and straight on the board and gently presses the knees to straighten the legs. Measuring length can provoke anxiety and fear in children, so the mother should reassure the child. For newborns, it is not possible to straighten the knees. They are still very fragile and can be easily injured if too much pressure is applied to their legs. So the measurer should apply minimum pressure on their knees. Tickle the toe of the infant's feet to straighten the legs. The footboard should be touching the baby's heels with toes pointing upwards. Read and record the length in centimeters to the last completed millimeter. If the measurement provokes a lot of anxiety in the child, then it may be acceptable to measure the length using one leg. After completing the process, give the baby to the mother and encourage her to take the time to comfort the child. A PS3001 Leica weight scale is used to measure the baby weight. For the purpose of this study, we will record weight measurements only in kilograms. Turn on the scale by pressing the button on the lower corner of the scale. Make sure the number 0 is visible on the display before beginning. Place the scale on a hard flat surface so that the display is clearly visible. Cover the scale with a thin sheet or cloth. The baby should be wearing minimal clothes. Place the baby on the scale and once the weight is visible, press the hold button to avoid fluctuations in the weight due to the baby's movements. Read and record the weight. A Sika 213 stadiometer is used to measure the mother height. Ask the mother to remove any heavy hair ornaments or jewelry. Ask the mother to remove her shoes and stand centrally on the baseboard. Her feet slightly apart and arms and shoulders relaxed. Position the head so that the horizontal line connecting the upper ear opening and the edge of the eye socket runs parallel to the baseboard. This is the Frankfurt horizontal plane. Make sure that the mother's head is centered against the backboard. Ask the mother to take a deep breath. This straightens her spine and gives a consistent measurement. And record the height in centimeters. The reading should always be taken from the level of the position of the scale. If the mother's height is greater than the measurer's height, the observer should use the stool to come up to the level of the reading. Taking a measurement from a different level can lead to an error in the reading and must be avoided. The mother's weight is measured using another 500-gram Tanita digital bathroom scale. Turn on the scale and make sure the number 0 is visible on the display before beginning. Next, ask the mother to remove her shoes and stand on the middle of the scale with her head facing forward and arms hanging loosely by her side. She should only be wearing light clothing and remove any heavy ornaments or jewelry. Read and record her weight in kilograms. For data recording purposes, this study employed the use of ICT tablets based on a specific Android interface and application. All measurements were recorded in the tablet and the results were synced with the server on a periodic basis to preserve the data. All measurements should be taken and recorded independently at least twice. The measurer takes and records independent readings for baby weight, baby length, mother weight, and mother height. Once all measurements are taken and recorded, the measurer then takes a second set of independent readings. If the two readings fall within the allowable differences, the measurements are considered complete. However, if the two measurements vary by more than the allowed margin, a third set of independent readings using the same procedure will be needed. It is important to use high-quality anthropometric instruments and necessary to take care in transportation and storage. The instrument needs to be assembled correctly and calibrated regularly. Researchers are required to calibrate instruments in each household. An initial calibration was conducted before going in the field. The values were entered in the tablet, and in each household, your new calibration values will be compared to this initial value. Place the board on a flat, stable surface. Use a spirit leveler to check whether the scale is placed on a flat and even surface. If the air bubble's position moves beyond the two indicated markers, the level is deemed unsuitable and you are required to find a different surface. Place a scale of a known length along the middle of the board and hold it straight. This is 50 centimeters for this study. Move the footboard to touch the end of the scale and take the reading. Read and record the measurement. If the measurement shows that the length differs by less than or equal to 0.2 centimeters from the known length, enter the value in the tablet and proceed to the next measurement. If the measurement shows the length differs by more than 0.2 centimeters, enter the value into the tablet and continue with the measurements. Set up the stadiometer for measuring maternal height on a flat, even surface. Unpack all of the components of the stadiometer and remove all pieces attached to the baseboard. Place the baseboard on a flat, even surface and start placing portions of the scale in the correct order. Be sure to insert the headboard while attaching the scale. The backboard must be placed at the end of the last portion of the scale and should ideally be placed against a wall or a straight surface where possible. Use a spirit leveler to check whether the scale is placed on a flat and even surface. Place a scale of known length on the flat base of the instrument and bring the headboard squarely over the scale. Read and record the reading. If the stadiometer calibration shows that the height differs by less than or equal to 0.2 centimeters from the expected height, enter the value in the tablet and proceed to the next measurement. Place the scale on a hard level surface. Soft or uneven surfaces may cause small errors in weighing. Use a spirit leveler to check whether the scale is placed on a flat and even surface. Check that the scale reads 0 before every measurement. Place a known weight of 3 kg on the scale by placing 2 kg first and then adding the 1 kg weight. Read and record the measurement in the tablet. To ensure an accurate measurement reading, the weights must be evenly distributed over the center area of the scale. If the scale's calibration shows the weight differs by less than or equal to 0.1 kg from the known weight, enter the value in the tablet and proceed to the next measurement. Check that the scale reads 0 before every measurement. Place a known weight of 3 kg on the scale by placing 2 kg first and then adding the 1 kg weight. Read and record the measurement in the tablet. To ensure an accurate measurement reading, the weights must be placed evenly distributed over the center area of the scale. If the scale's calibration shows the weight differs by less than or equal to 0.5 kg from the known weight, enter the value in the tablet and proceed to the next measurement. This training video is a joint collaboration of Collective for Social Science Research and LANSA.